Sat Nam. Sat Nam, everyone. Welcome to Kundalini Yoga. I love Kundalini Yoga. My name is Mahanraj Kaur, and I just got back from Sat Nam Fest. I was so different this time. First of all, I was camping. I don't really camp. Thank God I didn't have to have a stove and make food also. That would have just been, forget about it. But just the camping alone was an adventure. Cold showers, they kept trying to fix them. And then the guy's like, well, aren't you guys Kundalini people? Don't you like cold showers? And I'm like, not when it's 40 degrees, dude. Come on. So, but it was so neat. And this time, because I've gone a few times and I'm always in the main events where it's just, the main events are amazing, but there are a lot of hype, So I don't know, I forget who it was on Thursday, and Tony and I decided to go to this little one in the Noble Hall. And it come to find out, it was Sananam Kaur's mom and dad. And I had no idea. And they were the most beautiful, sweet people. And it was a 4-day part thing, and it was healing the wounds of life. Well, when it started, and he starts doing this lineage of all the stuff that can hurt you, I'm just like bawling. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to do this right now. Now is not a good time. And I'm looking at Tony, I'm like, you want to leave? Should we just go? And I'm so glad I didn't, because I've done a lot of work, and I think we all have. You wouldn't really be in Kundalini if you weren't a little bit interested in how this life of yours, your soul, your mind, your body, how it works, and why do some days feel like the end of the world for no apparent reason, and the next day's fine? It's very, very mysterious sometimes. And so what I was so present to is I thought, I had another one of those experiences. So I thought I had this down, these particular issues. What was really great, because I've never actually done this kind of work right alongside of Tony. Normally, even if we're in something like that, we usually go to different groups so that way we can just talk about each other. No, I'm just kidding. No. He is so hard. No, I'm just kidding. No, but we don't normally do it together. And it was so neat to really do that work. And the thing after all of it that I'm so present to, and I just want us to make sure we have those kinds of workshops, I definitely want to bring Sananam Kaur's parents here. I wish I could say their names. They're really hard spiritual names, and I keep forgetting. They probably don't like being called Sananam Kaur's parents. So don't tell them that's what I said. But, the really beautiful thing was because he's just they're just so sweet. And they had different stories about Yogi Bhajan and things that you might not necessarily know about him. And his real, again, I've brought this up before, but his real devotion to women and what can take our power away. He wrote this poem called The Wolf that just brought us to our knees about, just some of the things that as women we go through with this male-dominated world, and his passion about it. And the reason he was passionate about it is because of the way it also affected the men. Because as long as we let that all go on, we're all kind of handicapped. The biggest thing at the end of the day was that I really got in touch with the value of our innocence. The value and the power of your innocence. The way you were at 3 years old. The way you were was so perfect. And you still have that little boy and girl. There's just a lot piled on it sometimes. And we know this intellectually, but the reality is only you can find that little girl and boy again and use that, because the innocence is that sparkly God thing. It's that part of you that is completely vulnerable and knows exactly why it came and has no filter as to why that's not possible. You know? It's that part of you that's like, so the reason I came was to be really fabulous, and, you know, I mean, you're just that cute. You're just that adorable. And to piggyback then, okay, so this was a subtle sweetness, and then Guru Singh walks in the tent. And probably 1,000 people are sitting there. And he's like Tom Kelly on steroids. You know, he can't sit down to teach. He's walking back and forth, and then he'll hang on the edge of the thing. And so then, you know, it's so hilarious. But his biggest thing, and this is what we're going to do today with our sweet little innocent child, is what Yogi Bhajan's biggest message was: you need to be 10 times greater than me. And of course, every avatar said it, you know, Jesus, Krishna, they always were saying, the kingdom is in you, you can do this, you can do greater works. And it's so weird, right? We hear it, we go, We just kind of bypass. We're thinking, like, if I could just be like half them or something. I don't know what at least that's me. It's like if I could be kind of good, that'd be close enough. I mean, how good do I have to be, you know? But the message really is, that little innocent, pure consciousness that is really who you are is down the evolutionary line from these great masters. You do have everything you need to be 10 times greater than these people you so-called worship. Not that we worship Yogi Bhajan, but, you know, the other lords and whatever we might get into, right? And the point is the world needs you. That's why that's important. The world needs you to be a lighthouse. And we need all the flavors of who we are. You know, because we have all these special gifts and we have all these special wounds, and each one of us is going to bring that light to that lighthouse of that healing of that. You know, like when I do even in my classes or Narayan healings, pretty much everybody that comes to me has the same wounds as me. And here's the thing, this is why you just go do something. I don't care what it is. Reiki, tantric therapy this week, and go become a healer. Just so you can do it a couple times a month. Why? Because you're going to continue to heal you. That's what you're doing. Every time some sweet soul walks in and says, this is what it is, you're going to go, oh, goodness. And then you get to be with them in that. And we are one. And over, we get to heal it again. That's why going to this workshop for 4 days at Satnam Fest it's always still there. And it was really good to hear stories about Yogi Bhajan because he seems like, all the time. And he had some very sweet sensitivities and wounds, just like any other person. And he had to do the work. So we're all in this together. It's so great. And, just so you know, whatever it is in your life, that is also your strength. I am so present to that. Everything that happened to me with me and my stepdad, me and alcohol, me and relationships, it is also the biggest power in my life. It's like when I'm loving me and I can embrace all that, it's off the charts, the love in my life. It's just being okay with it. It's like, okay. So we're going to do a Kriya today called Conquering Depression. So even if you're not depressed, you're just going to get more happy. But it's, it's always nice to have these tools in your box because sometimes, it's got nothing to do with anything but like where the moon is. I mean, it's weird stuff. It's like you slept weird, you had a weird dream, and you just wake up in the funk. And, when you do this inner work, I was because I'm not really a dreamer, but boy, did I have dreams about my brothers and sisters the whole weekend. And sometimes it's creepy. It's like, oh, God. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Oh, God, But it's healing. So any number of things in life can set us off. Sometimes we don't even know it. We're doing good, and something triggers us, and all of a sudden we're like, we're just not right. But that's why we have Kundalini. because it gives you energy, it gives you healing, and it gives you love. And the most important love is it's your love. You are God. And when you feel who you are, that part of you can always heal you. And when you heal you, you heal the world. It's so easy. So we'll start off with that, and then we'll end with a meditation called Connecting to Your Source of Infinite Energy. So we'll get all undepressed, then we'll become infinite energy, and then, I mean, after this Monday, the week is like easy, right? It's cake. Aren't you so glad you're here? I'm glad you're here. Okay, so put your fingertips on the ground and just let it sink in that, oh, you made it here. Whatever it is in your life that got you here today on, oh my goodness, April 13th. This is the day my mom and dad got married. Only it was a Friday the 13th. They were crazy folks. So here on this Monday, enter into the house of light, your heart. And allow yourself to be present of this most amazing, delicate, innocent, powerful, juicy energy, consciousness, your soul, God that lives inside of you. In every cell, in every hair on your head, has made you and everything in your life. Breathe into this moment. Let's all take a deep breath. Hold it. And now sigh. Good. Inhale, take your hands on a deep breath over your head. Breathe in. As you exhale, bring a prayer into your heart. Press your thumbs into your sternum. Roll your shoulders back. Find yourself here at your heart. Just this. Inhale to chant. Om.